Yo, how's it going? Nerd here. Today we are going to be talking about the damage resist stack between Omnioculus, Tier 10 Resil, and a Glaive Shield. On its own, Omnioculus has a 50% damage resist, which is in and itself a very strong stat. With that, it stacks with the 10 Resil, giving it a 90% damage resist stat, or 10 Resil equating to 40% base. And then the Glaive Shield. That is the biggest source of damage resist, where it comes in at a whopping 97.5%. With all that together, you have an 187.5% damage resist stat, which is absolutely insane. With that being said, it does take some getting used to, but if you can get down the strategy and the usage type for this build, you will make GMs and day one raids so much easier to clear because you will never die. Literally never die. On top of that, here are the mods that I will be running. Echo Leeching, Melee Final Blows, begin health regeneration for you and nearby allies. This is a very good one because with glaives, glaive melees count as actual melees, therefore it begins health regeneration. Echo Remnants, just grenades last longer, which makes them a lot more effective, especially Vortex grenades, which I do use, and I highly recommend. And then you have Echo Provision, damaging targets with grenades, grants melee energy, super helpful. If you throw a grenade, you get your invis smoke back, which is really useful, especially in endgame content. Now for the aspects, I recommend running Vanishing Step and Trapper's Ambush. Both will give you ways to go invis, therefore giving you more opportunities to get that damage resist at a time. Supers, Shadow Shot, Mobius Quiver, absolutely amazing. Highly recommend it. It's just great for damage. And then, whatever to you. Gambler's Dodge is the biggest. That is one I highly recommend, just because you can use that to not only go invis, but also get back your snare bomb, which will therefore allow you to go invis more times. So with that being said, I'm going to go into a Legend Lost sector and just show how strong this build is. Now that we're in the Lost sector, we've got our Glaive, and we've got Omnioculus equipped with 10 Resil. Shooting with a Glaive gives you about that much glaive energy, as you can see. I will zoom in on it just to show it. Now, when you do that, you can keep stacking up the glaive shield energy, for those who don't know. And glaive shield energy isn't just given by kills, it's also given by damage to adds, or just any enemy in general. So, now I have near full glaive energy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go invis. And as you can see, I take a lot less damage with that. But let me show you what a glaive shield does with that. That is what you can do with a glaive shield. And then you can just keep it up by shooting enemies and damaging them while holding the shield down. And then you can go invis to reload. And then repeat back out and keep going back at it. It is ridiculously strong. And Glaive Shield stacks with 10 Resil. So now for the fun part. We can go invis this way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let enemies damage me. And then I'm going to kill it with a melee. And it starts health regeneration, which is insanely strong. Especially for endgame content. Granted, it will take a couple melees to deal with, but that endgame content is going to be so much easier to deal with. So, here's one of those things where you can use the Glaive Shield on top of Invis to tank more damage, or just use the Glaive Shield by itself to tank all that damage, because why wouldn't you? Glaive Shield is so strong, not enough people realize that. Those who do use it a lot, I highly recommend this for GMs, master raids, contest mode raids, all of that, just because of how strong it can get. And with that being said, using this build will make completing that content so much more easy. Again, it does depend on whether or not you use it properly, but as long as you block with the glaive shield and have 10 resist on, you will be taking barely any damage, which is just, I just can't even explain why that's in the game. So definitely use this build. Use it to your advantage before it inevitably gets nerfed. But until then, use this in GMs, use it in master mode content. Just have fun with it, because in the end, this build is a lot of fun, and you'll laugh at how dumb it is. So that is the glaive and just overall damage resist build you can use for endgame content, or just any content in general, as you please. Again, super straightforward. All you need is 10 Resil, Omnioculus, and a glaive of any sort. It doesn't matter what glaive it is. Again, I highly recommend one that you can craft, specifically like the Enigma, but it doesn't have to be. You can use whatever you feel like. And then also just make sure you're using these specific aspects and fragments, grenades or whatever. You don't really need to worry about those. You can do whatever makes you feel like you want to use it. But other than that, that's all I have for you. Again, thank you for watching. Make sure, if you like this video, to leave a like and subscribe, as well as comment down below your thoughts of this video and what I can do to improve. Thank you very much, and have a good one. Peace.